All right, we're back at it. Just laid a shot of primer. Now, I know, I'll just put it this way. There's a ton of little spots that I'm going to have to come back over and touch ups. Just little divots and a few low spots that I'm spotting. You know, well, the primer's wet and it really sticks out like a sore thumb. But overall, yeah, just getting it all sealed up. And yeah, all these the wet primer really shows any flaws and defects. I know it does looks dull and gray when it's done, but all aside that, definitely brought out some spots that I had missed. Overall, pretty happy with a lot of it, but we still got quite a few little areas we're going to come back over and play with. Like that one in front of me, I sprayed the primer a little thick to try to fill a good scratch. Just clean cut these edges and whatnot. And I know a lot of this on the edge is going to be hidden for the fenders. But personally, I'd like this pretty well perfect before I put the fenders back on. And then like the back side of the nose, the cowl, primered on the outside. I am resanding the inside a little deeper. And we're going to put some Rust-Oleum on there. So bear with me for the ride. We're going to come back to this later. Welcome back. Good morning. I don't know if I call it good. Anyway, we're slowly working this out. Patching just the last things of metal. Cutting out any bad rust, whatnot. That's got all new metal. Whole bunch of stuff here. Kind of just going through here, circling stuff, putting X's on low spots, high spots. This fender is just hashed, and I could not find one. Therefore, I'm basically patching this thing together, unfortunately, and I don't like doing it that way. We still got to cut in for headlights, but we'll do that last. Trying to keep the body filler thinner, and man, this one's kind of a struggle. Let me zoom out a little bit. But, we've kind of worked it out. We're just about ready to get the rest of this back in primer. We got to primer our doors. Gonna maybe shim a few things so we got no rubbing on these. Getting ready to, I got a new steering GM column. Our Dakota digital dash is going to be going in here. We're going to be building a wood bezel out of like a mahogany or an oak. Have my old man, which is really good at wood, do all this, and the door panels. So we're going to keep moving forward. I think, unfortunately, I'm going to get rid of this shifter. Put just a regular one up here and a console right here. And why I want to do that is for like cup holders, storage, whatnot. And the regular shifter will definitely take a lot less room than that style that we have on there. So bear with us. We're going to keep on going. Get all this cleaned back up. Re-black and freshen it up. We're going to be mounting a fat couple beams right here. A winch is going to be going right here in this area under the cab. And then we'll be dropping a whole metal trailer back on the back of this, which I bought just for the steel. And we got to figure out if we're going to be C-notching or how far, and also airbag setup. We've got two, I believe, 10-gallon air tanks I'm going to be welding on somewhere in this thing. I don't know yet. We'll figure all that out when I get to it. Well, bear with me. I'm going to keep on going. Drink another Monster. Keep on moving. Thank you. Welcome back, YouTube. Okay. I still got hair. Okay. We got like a thick skim coat on this thing. We're going to be cutting deep. So, kind of as continued here, I got to get the doors. I had to put new metal on the bottom of that one. Got some primer in there where I'm not going to be getting back into. Just Rust-Oleum, just to keep that from any kind of surface rust starting or anything like that. This is a rough cut, so yeah. Anyway, the other fender's going on. We still got to kind of set up the lights. We're going to mount them a little different than stock. And I want to do something with flushing that front bumper up. And we got custom glass going to be getting made from a friend of mine. Thank God I got this dude. Lifesaver Jacob, if you see this video, I love you, bro. Anyway, there we are. So we're going to go ahead and get that on now. We're going to get that all fitted. I'm going to throw a few bolts in the front end first to get these little loose arms. They're kind of loose. To kind of get them in position of where they go. So when I mount my fenders, because I'll be drilling new holes for all the fender bolts because I put new metal in, I got some holes, but not many. So we're gonna try to make this kind of more factory mounted back on and not BS, like really set up, Rust-Oleum in the cracks. That is actually clean black. It's just dirty as heck right now. I'm gonna have to pressure wash everything. Bear with me. We'll get all that done, and we'll be putting the grill in last because I don't want to be pulling it in, yanking it out, putting it in, yanking it out. So bear with me. Alright, we're back on it. Sorry the motor's a little loud, so I'm going to talk real loud. We have temporarily, we put the Dakota digital brain back there on the firewall. And this is just starting to hook everything up. We got to make the wires right. Make sure you fuse this thing with like a 5 or 10 amp light. And then this is just sitting in the glove box while I hook everything up. I got to modify the dash to make it fit, which you see my markings. And I'm going to make a metal plate. It's going to have a wood bezel over it at the end result. The old man do me some door panels. Have my dad put a piece of himself to this truck. I think it'd be really cool. I did screw up by 3/8 of an inch on all my holes, but it did come with 2 of these screens. So I'm going to redo the other screen, set it up. But I'm going to basically build a metal bezel with the center cover that covers the middle screws and all the holes anyway. But we got it all lined up. All the Dakota stuff is hooked up, all the sensors from it, the water temp, oil pressure, and then the speed sensor somewhere back there. If I can get it to focus. But we're just testing out everything, hooking it all up. I'm going to get the RPM gauge hooked up next and start working on the bezel, which will mount this to the dash. But this is going to have to come out during paint. You definitely don't want to be trying to clean overspray off that. This damn thing cost me $900. Oh, bear with me, I'll keep on going. We are back at it. This is temporary, fellas, but I got everything but the fuel gauge back in. I made a little just homemade bezel for this thing, nothing fancy, but it's basically gonna, I don't want to scratch my screen, I just pulled the plastic off, of course. But basically gonna go on there. Just kind of smooth it out, make it look more normal. So, yeah, that'll be pretty good. So I'll set up the fuel gauge tomorrow and get the speedometer kind of calibrated after the vehicle moves. But yeah, everything else, we got it working. Our control box is up there. And all this wiring is going to get buttoned up. I just got a lot to do before I can button it up. So bear with me. We're going to keep on moving, gentlemen. Yeah. Welcome back. We got a major malfunction. Okay, being that I'm about to order wheels and tires, you know, I screwed up. I haven't cut in my headlights, by the way. I'm saving that for very last. That way they can be square, height, in, out, everything after final touch-ups. What I'm running into, though, is I'm going to have to spread at that line about 2 inches. And why? You see this? When I dump this, it's actually going to catch the fender. So if I bring this out to about here at my fingertip, that should clear, because I want this thing to slam to the ground. Not that I'm going to drive it that way, but at, you know, a car show or whatever it may be, or loading a vehicle, I can have it as low as possible. So, major malfunction. And besides, on the other side, I'm still fighting my other fender, just a fitting after rebuilding these. You can't find these, so I put a skim coat over everything. Cut out all bad metal. You know, they're looking pretty good, satisfactory, still need a touch, but same deal. Gonna have to cut it about 4 inches out so I can body work away from the corner. But I'm gonna suck these in tight instead of notching that out with that line I had designed to make this front end realign. This is tricky, boys. Woo! Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this a straight line at about a 4 to 5 inch wide shim of metal. Tack it all the way, rebody work this thing all over again. Oh boy, somebody shoot me. But we got it. That's what I'm up to today. But bear with me and I'll show you what I got going. And yeah, hopefully I still got hair when I'm done with this damn project. All right, back at it. Here we go. I got some pretty thick friggin' body filler. That's got to get cut down. I do not like that at all. Okay, and when I set this, I used some self-tappers, and we got 1/4 inch nut and bolts on the rest of it. I'm going to drill me a couple more holes, get that all set up. We're simply going to scab a piece of metal here, one in the middle, and one on the very far side. We're setting up this fender, which is pretty nasty inside as well. They don't sell these, so you patch what you got, you work with what you have. Anyway, we're cleaning all that metal. I might end up re-sandblasting these. I just don't like the way the outcome of this has turned out. So I'm going to redo some stuff. And we're going to go ahead and continue forward with that. Still flexible. We still got to cut headlights out, but like I said, that'll be last. But we go ahead and set that up. Scab middle and one on each end. I actually had to move the power steering box back. I found out when I hit a good bump, the suspension compresses. It actually makes it pigeon toe out on both tires. I want to move this back 4 inches and remount it to the frame. Cut this a little farther back, make that all work out. And I might even get back in here a little bit with the sand blaster or soda blaster. I run both depending on what I'm doing and how much. So we're going to move this side back and the other side on the passenger frame back the same amount. Therefore, that should correct the pigeon toe. And what I'm after, the outcome of this, is for the wheel to tuck in the wheel well without destroying what I've built. So we're going to continue forward. We've done both sides. I was trying to modify the front end. I just unbolted the front bumper. And it seems like it's just a hair to this side, about 3/8 of an inch, which I don't know what is going on yet, but I'm going to play with this, cut that out, see if I can get that to suck a little bit tighter. This side simply primered up between them too as well. Got to add bolts. This setup needs to move back, as I just mentioned priorly, about 4 inches. And set that up. She's nice and strong, and I wish I wouldn't have welded on there that hard, but hey, everybody makes mistakes. Even little things like this, it didn't fit right. Cut it out. Fix it. This plate I'd like to keep. It keeps the crap off the motor. And we are going to modify all this. After that, I'm going to put back on our legs to the steps. These go to the frame. They're an L bracket that go in and up. There's 2 of them. It's for the step right here, which wraps around the back. There's a secondary step right about here, which will be getting built back in as well. But I want to make sure everything is in place, welded up, patched up, body worked in before we continue. That's the story of it, fellas. So bear with me. I'm going to keep on moving. And then I got to play with some door jamb issues. We got some tightness on here, which I'd like to correct as well. A little bit tight. I think that's as simple as adjusting these hinges. A couple whacks with a hammer, and they will move forward just a hair. The way they're mounted, that should correct it. And then I'll probably give them tack welds, keep everything in place, give it one more body work, one more block, and then we should be good. So bear with me, fellas. I'm on it. I might go nuts, but I'm going to get it done. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let me turn this welder off. Send it. Send me some bad letters or text saying, what the hell are you doing, Keith? Anyway, our Bondo is a little thick on the body filler off. I didn't like that, so I put the metal for the spacing between the 2 inches we needed. I'm just slowly patching it in, and I just want it to be really even because the right side over here has already been done. Still got a final coat to go, and we're going to be trimming off both those pieces right there, flushing it up. I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to do with that yet, but we're going to work our way through this right here all the way down. And also, as known, the step comes out here. We're going to have to bring that out an extra 2 inches probably in there. But it all needs rebuilt as well. And all these pieces I got to make by hand. So enjoy the ride. Yeah, over my suffering and pain. Too bad I can't sue nobody. Here you go. Don't do what I do. All right, now that we're back at it, I took the factory, this is the secondary step, which actually I just made this lower step, and I'm going to make an outer skirting for like 1.5 inch skirting. But this one actually is a secondary step, which sits up like right here. But I think I'm gonna work with my outer side on this and remetal that. See if I can't clean this up and make it work. If not, I'm gonna build new secondary steps like I did the lower, and that's 1/8 inch. I simply put it on the plasma, did it up like that, cardboard cutout, match, and the driver's side to the passenger side. Dude, these old metal trucks ain't built like they are now on CADs and all that. I think dudes did this by hand like I'm doing anyway. But we're gonna have to bring these brackets up and up on both ends and see what I can work with there as well. But I should be able to clean this all up and make this really work. I think we got it though, and then we'll put our secondary step on there too. And I am gonna pull the keys out. I don't think I'm gonna run keys in this at all. Honestly, I'll probably just have an alarm with actuators that lock and unlock like a deadbolt. I'll show you how I do all that later in the videos. But I'm gonna focus on the mainstream here for a minute, more like an hour. I'm cooking my minute rice. It only takes me an hour. Bear with us. We're gonna work it out. Continue to follow, and I'm gonna show you what I do. Alright, we just got done doing, just made my steps for myself out of scratch. The originals were pretty shot. I'll rust it out and whatnot. That's actually probably the best one. But anyway, there it is. I just custom made these out of 1/8 inch. Bolted them all up, and they are good to go. Bear with me and I'll continue on. Alright, welcome back YouTube. We are back at it this morning. Got a nice day. Low condensation in the air compressor, even though it has multiple air dryers. We are simply putting a second layer of primer on this thing, and then gonna reblock it out. Gonna have windows cut here probably next week. Order some wheels, tires, all that. Find a good air ride system. And I obviously spotted quite a few spots on this thing that I'm gonna have to block out, fix. You can see them like right there and right there. Just spots that I didn't see till it was wet. Every piece of this thing was crooked, so bear with me. We're working it out. All right, we back at it. Other than the asshole at the store giving me half flat black and half gloss back paint. Fucking dipshit. God damn you, now I gotta start over again. Anyway. This is our rough cut. I got a lot to go, but I'm going to get there. Yeah, I'm so pissed about the paint. Dude, that guy killed me. Killed me. But, we're going to be slapping a bed on this thing next. I got to order the 22-inch wheels, dualies. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of money. But it's going to be the rollback with the dovetail on the ass end. And I'm going to put the air ride on it. So bear with me. I'm going to keep you posted. All right, we back at it. Other than the asshole at the store giving me half flat black and half gloss back paint. Fucking dipshit. God damn you, now I got to start over again. Anyway, this is our rough cut. I got a lot to go, but I'm going to get there. Yeah, I'm so pissed about the paint. Dude, that guy killed me. Killed me. But, we're going to be slapping a bed on this thing next. I got to order the 22-inch wheels, dualies. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of money. But it's going to be the rollback with the dovetail on the ass end. And I'm going to put the air ride on it. So bear with me. I'm going to keep you posted. All right, welcome back. Here we go again. I just kind of simply set this other truck bed frame on the back. We're going to start, and I'm going to end up boxing in flat metal all the way up, toolboxes, dovetail it right about there. We're going to go down and ramp it. We're going to mount a winch up there. This is just a rough cut. I think this has to come up about 4 inches because it's not going to allow the suspension travel on the rear. Well, bear with me. We're going to keep going. Got that flat black, so I can just slowly work out imperfections in the body while I'm working on all this. And that's where I'm going to be at. That's the electric fans running. I got to hook them to the keys so they shut off when the engine turns off. But, that's where we're at with it. All right, we're just finishing up, giving it the little dovetail on the back. I'm going to be adding about probably another foot to that. But I got to wait until I got my suspension figured out, and we're going to go from there. Well, bear with me, gentlemen. We'll get her done.